matter, me matter. Oh God, sisters and brothers, you matter, me matter. The whole of we matter. You matter, me matter. Get it together. The wheels of justice running flat. Inflation on the rise. When government turn opposition, that's the only time they criticize. Another thing, lest we forget, too many being raised by the internet. Connected, but not connected to the lessons of the past where we guide us. You matter, me matter. The whole of we matter. You matter, me matter. The whole of we matter. You matter, me matter. The whole of we matter. You matter, me matter. A whole of reasoning with a wise old man just the other day. And I found some simple truth in what he had to say. Yeah. Things will never change if we keep operating the same way. Humanity's waiting, no time to delay. Oh, we and they are gonna work it out when we can work it out. Said if I don't matter and you don't matter, then we don't matter at all. If you don't matter, who matter? If me no matter, get it together. If you no matter, who matter? If she no matter, who matter? If you no matter, who matter? If me no matter, who matter? If you no matter, who matter? If she no matter, who matter? Oh, we and they are gonna work it out when we can work it out. Oh, we and them are gonna work it out when we can work it out. But now gonna change till you matter, me matter. The whole of we matter, you matter, me matter. The whole of we matter, you matter, me matter. The whole of we matter, you matter, me matter. A whole of reasoning with a wise old man just the other day. And I found some simple truth in what he had to say. Yeah. Things will never change if we keep operating the same way. Humanity's waiting, no time to delay. It's nothing. Things I could not find in books. Beauty not defined by looks. Government shouldn't be run by crooks. But at that me see a one. Even though them call the name of God, them intention of loot and rap. Color coded community. That me see a one. You matter, me matter. The whole of we matter. You matter, me matter. Oh God, sisters and brothers, you matter, me matter. The whole of we matter. You matter, me matter. Get it together. The wheels of justice running flat. Inflation on the rise. When government turn opposition, that's the only time they criticize. Another thing, lest we forget, too many being raised by the internet. Connected, but not connected to the lessons of the past where we guide us. You matter, me matter. The whole of we matter. You matter, me matter. The whole of we matter. You matter, me matter. The whole of we matter. You matter, me matter. A whole of reasoning with a wise old man just the other day. And I found some simple truth in what he had to say. Yeah. Things will never change if we keep operating the same way. Humanity's waiting, no time to delay. Oh, we and they are gonna work it out when we can work it out. Said if I don't matter and you don't matter, then we don't matter at all. If you don't matter, who matter? If we don't matter, get it together. If you don't matter, who matter? If she don't matter, who matter? If you don't matter, who matter? If we don't matter, who matter? If you don't matter, who matter? If she don't matter, who matter? Oh, we and they are gonna work it out when we can work it out. Oh, we and them are gonna work it out when we can work it out. Nothing not gonna change till you matter, me matter. The whole of we matter, you matter, me matter. The whole of we matter, you matter, me matter. The whole of we matter, you matter, me matter. A whole of reasoning with a wise old man just the other day, and I found some simple truth in what he had to say. Yeah. Things will never change if we keep operating the same way. Humanity's waiting, no time to delay. He taught me things I could not find in books. Beauty not defined by looks. Government shouldn't be run by crooks. But that me see at once. Even though them call the name of God, them intention of loot and rob. Color coded communities, that me see at once. You matter, me matter. The whole of we matter, you matter, me matter. Oh God, sisters and brothers, you matter, me matter. The whole of we matter, you matter, me matter. Get it together. The wheels of justice running flat, inflation on the rise. When government turn opposition, that's the only time they criticize. Another thing, lest we forget, too many being raised by the internet. Connected, but not connect to the lessons of the past where we guide us left. You matter, me matter. The whole of we matter. You matter, me matter. The whole of we matter. You matter, me matter. The whole of we matter. You matter, me matter. A whole of reasoning with a wise old man just the other day, and I found some simple truth in what he had to say. Yeah. Things will never change if we keep operating the same way. Humanity's waiting, no time to delay. When we can work it out. Said if I don't matter and you don't matter, then we don't matter at all. If you don't matter, who matter? If we don't matter, get it together. If you don't matter, who matter? If she don't matter, who matter? If you don't matter, who matter? If we don't matter, who matter? If you don't matter, who matter? If she don't matter.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We are live from BBZ Studios, streaming live on YouTube, BBZ Studios, and on Facebook, We Matter Party. The We Matter Party for political, social, and economic change now. UK's first black-led political party. My name is Charlie Williams. I am the General Secretary of the We Matter Party. I have led, supported, and organised and campaigned against injustice and social justice issues within our communities in Birmingham and across the country for 10 years now. How many of you know the name of your local councillor? How many of you want to see real change in your homes, in your local communities? No more. No more letting these political parties take your vote for granted. Take your parents' votes for granted. Take your votes for granted. Marching and protesting is important and always will be. It's one of the reasons I'm able to be here today and speak with you. But today, 6 months today, since the death of George Floyd and many others across the UK, we need you all to seize the time now. We need you registered to vote because you matter.
Who are we matter? We are living in a very difficult and divided society. We are living in a society that rewards, but in order for us to reap any of the rewards, we have to participate within the political forum of this country.
Certain issues that we have in our society, that's been going on long before I born, or even you, it's going to be a long time before any of that is really addressed and set to a standard where you say everybody is literally treated as equal as it's said to be.
We matter because we are lacking black political representation.
Many years ago, Operation Black Vote was set up to readdress the political, social and economic development of the black and brown communities. But we are still at the very bottom of the spectrum.
We have seen that all major parties has actually exploit black votes.
We are lacking in terms of our economic power. We spend £3 billion per annum. We have communities where their pound stays within their community for up to 28 days. As soon as ours leave our purse, it says so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye.
You've got to infiltrate, you've got to get in there, you've got to become MPs, local councils, MPs, and then get in and then work from within to influence change. You don't influence change by just standing out and blaming everybody for not doing stuff for you.
We need to participate to move forward, and that's why we are launching Britain's first black-led political party called We Matter.
No more of this. It is time for us to work together. It is time for us to come together.
Most black people have traditionally voted for Labour. We Matter are not targeted at any political party. We are living in a democracy, and it's important that black people utilise their votes. Vote for any party you want, but it's important to register your vote so that politically we can become a more recognised force.
So I just feel like my opinion isn't a valid opinion enough for me to register to vote and when I vote. You know what I mean?
It is a necessity to understand that we have been used and abused over the years, but by not voting and not participating within a political structure, our political conditions will worsen.
They've all treated us badly. But one thing I will say to you that Windrush has told me is that some of our own people let us down. But what we have to do is we now have to stand up for each other and lean on each other.
We Matter want you to get involved, become local secretaries, chairpersons, and actively embrace the idea of the We Matter party.
we will be launching Britain's first proper, formal, black political party called We Matter. Say it with me. We Matter. Come on, say it with me. Say it again. Say it like you believe it.
Our position in this country is very feeble. We need to prove ourselves at the polls so that we can be a force to be reckoned with.
I set our group of people who probably using my vote for their own benefit while doing nothing for me.
The vote is our strength in this country. It's the only democratic right that we've got. Let's use it. We matter.
I want a party, yeah? What is black, white, Indian, green or blue? That's going to unite the whole of England. Go, go. Go, go. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm not against, no, I ain't against any party. I just want a party that's going to unite the country.
Please visit the We Matter website to join and become a member of our political party. Remember, you matter, we matter, everyone matters.
We need you to seize the time now. We need you registered to vote because you matter. We need you registered to vote because I matter. We need you registered to vote because we matter. I'm now going to introduce to you, ladies and gentlemen, Val Benjamin, who is our Membership and Engagement Officer.
Good morning. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results is insanity, quote Albert Einstein. In order to get a better result, you will have to do something different. From past experience, it is evident that there are gaps in our society to be filled. The We Matter Party will address these gaps and make that difference. In addition to our aims and objectives, we will be transparent, authentic, open and honest. The We Matter Party represent people of all backgrounds on a fair and equal basis, with a focus on those that are suffering from mass disaffection in the United Kingdom. You can see from the party's aims on the website, which is www.wematterparty.org. Talk to us. Email info@wematterparty.org or join our Facebook page. You may rightly ask, why do we need you to become a member? As previously mentioned, we are transparent. Therefore, we do not work in isolation. Neither can we accomplish our aims without you. Yes, the party needs you. We are here to listen, address, and then act so as to bring about change. You can be a part of the change by getting your voice heard from a local level. In conclusion, as a member, you can be assured that your voices will be heard. You will have greater representation and you will be recognized as a part of the change. You will be aiding and supporting a party who are addressing social issues and making a difference for us and our future generation. Please contact us to hear more. We are happy to help you and support you as a valuable member of the We Matter Party.
Thank you, Val. I'm now going to introduce to you Brother Dean Oki, our Policy and Communications Director of the We Matter Party. Thank you, Dean.
Good morning. Good morning. We are really a response to structural inequality and the policy of benign neglect that has been consistent for us as African Caribbean people over the course of 71 years since the Windrush landed. I think we can really see structural inequality put in our faces on the 70th anniversary of the Windrush generation arriving, by the mass deportations, the illegal kidnappings, the stripping of assets, and then we saw the fallout of those who lost their jobs, their homes, and in some cases, even their lives. And now we see the complete debacle and lack of justice in terms of them getting any kind of rep for that. So we are here to create proportional representation. We are 3 million of the United Kingdom, and through that policy of benign neglect, we've been lumped into a BAME that really doesn't exist. The BAME is all about othering from white. Racism is, number one, a team sport, which we have to recognize, and two, a highly sophisticated design. Rather than fighting racism, we are putting policy in place and structure in place to enable us as African Caribbean people to be self-determined in the same way that everybody else is. Now, this is merely parity, and it doesn't detract from anybody else organizing in the country. So as a political party, we are for everybody, and in particular, we are going to be focusing on the needs and the desires of African Caribbean people who traditionally have been left out, traditionally ignored, and have no political say in the system that is. Now, even though we've had MPs in Parliament, they haven't been able to represent the interests of African Caribbean people, purely because there's no such thing as a river without banks. Party policy, structural racism has been built in such a way, irrespective of their machinations, we would never have a fair place within that. So we are here to address structural inequality. We are here to galvanize all of those institutions that are up and coming over the course next year, such as the National Chamber of Commerce, African Caribbean Chamber of Commerce, the bank, Platinum Peak Bank, which has an application now. So equally as important for us to create a structured economic base, which is serving African Caribbean people and then contributes to the wider GDP of this country. We contribute massively, but we have no representation for the taxation that we actually invest in this country. So what we will do, but as a means of having the party, is organize in a way that we've never been organized before. And it just happens that there is a cataclysm of institutions who are now incorporating at exactly the same time. So 2021 is a very bright year. We want all of our population, however many of the 3 million of us there are who are eligible voters, to register and then become involved in a system that has not been traditionally for us. So now we don't have the excuse anymore, because we have a party where we'll field candidates locally, local positions with local resources going to local people. And we will no longer be included in the fudge of BAME, because we have representation at a political level who are fully engaged with the economic institutions, and then the fallout from that, as opposed to the trickle down when they say resources go to the top, because there is no trickle down, goes through our educational resources, our rites of passage for young people, supplementary schools, and all those traditional factors that African Caribbean people came to Britain with that worked for us, and indeed every other African community that came to Britain. So it represents traditional values that work via previous demonstration where we were actually achieving and accomplishing before the integration, which specifically for us was for us to be treated more British, and we weren't treated more British as a consequence of integration. We were conflated into a BAME that didn't address or deal with our specific and unique needs as a byproduct of being descendants of slavery coming from the Caribbean, and then the colonial infrastructures that were in Africa exactly the same time undermining us. And in closing, anyone who's read Walter Rodney's How Europe Underdeveloped Africa understands the structural inequality that has been put in place. Now, we have had the rhetoric of burn down Babylon, which is purely rhetoric. It is about erecting systems that specifically address our unique needs that have never been rectified, not through reparations, not through any kind of just policy, and merely a flippant dismissal of we're sorry, which doesn't do anything. If you drop a plate in the kitchen and it breaks, there's something that needs to be addressed. It needs to be cleaned. It needs to be made a safe environment for the rest of the family. And that has never happened for our family. So the We Matter Party is a response to the broken plate in our kitchen that has never been rectified. And we are organizing like we've never organized at any time in our history in this country.
Thank you, Dean. I'm now going to introduce to you our nominations and returning director, Brother Andrew Warrican.
Greetings to one and all on this historic day. My name is Andrew Warrican, and I am the Nominations and Return Officer for the We Matter Party. Representation matters to us as a collective, for we have recognised that over the years, those in positions of leadership are not reflective of our communities. The individuals that we give our votes to, locally or nationally, appear to have a lack of knowledge of what impacts the day-to-day lives of many people within our communities. In order to tackle the inequalities that we face, a clearer understanding is required through representation, and we can affirm to having that first-hand knowledge, for this is far more advantageous, especially when sitting around decision-making tables. Therefore, We Matter is the party of opportunity, the party that will make you a candidate through education, through engagement, and through empowering you into leadership. We are therefore seeking candidates from local communities. We are not talking about people from privileged backgrounds. We are talking about normal people that understands the everyday needs of their local communities. People who are the face of their local communities. Voting for a person that has a vested interest in your local area is vitally important. Birmingham, like other areas of the United Kingdom, has suffered with inequalities regarding police interactions and, most unfortunately, deaths in custody. We have campaigned for a number of families and will continue to do so. To put things into perspective, if we realised the importance of voting, we might very well have a different view to present in the following area. The last Police and Crime Commissioner elections for the West Midlands had a 30% turnout. 70% of the electorate stayed at home, and we have to ask ourselves a simple question: why? According to the Office for National Statistics, it was estimated that Birmingham's resident population was 1,141,800 people in 2019. Voting is your chance to help choose the people who run the country and your local area. We recently took to the streets of Birmingham to conduct a series of video interviews with everyday people. Most were registered to vote and had done so, and then there were others who had never registered or voted. So my message is twofold. Firstly, if you are not registered to vote, please consider getting that done. This will enable you to play your part in having your issues and concerns tackled. Secondly, we intend to mobilise the sign-up majority with recognisable candidates that they can relate to. Candidates whom are not set far away whatsoever from the people that they intend to represent. Watching the film about the Mangrove Nine, a factual and brilliantly presented film from Steve McQueen, reminded me that we can march, shout slogans, carry banners, we suffer injustices, and we are not in places where decisions could be influenced and changed. The willpower and determination of the Nine struck me profoundly. Where is the next Barbara Bees or Darcus Howe? We Matter is the party of opportunity, the party that will mobilise and empower you into representing and being the face of our community moving forward. I just want to finish now with two quotes from one of my sheroes, a lady called Fannie Lou Hamer, a civil rights icon and voting rights pioneer born on the 6th of October, 103 years ago. There is one thing you have got to learn about our movement. Free people are better than no people. And lastly, when I liberate myself, I liberate others. If you don't speak out, ain't nobody going to speak for you. Thank you very much for your time, and please do remember, we matter.
Thank you, Brother Andrew. We're now going to hear from our magazine editor, Eric Myers.
Hello, my name is Eric Myers, and I'm a member of the We Matter Party, part of the media team on the We Matter Party. I'm here to tell you about a great, exciting new project which I've been entitled with to produce, which is a monthly newsletter for the party, the We Matter monthly newsletter. So it should have news in there, current affairs, and basically the aims of the party as we move forward in this funny kind of time that we're in. Anyway, I'm not going to bore you with too much info. I'll just say, watch out for the links for the We Matter newsletter monthly. See you later.
Thank you, Brother Eric. We are now going to bring in a Brother Keith, a poet, followed by the party leader, Desmond Jadu. So thank you, Brother Keith, the poet.
We matter. We matter because we are human. We're here and we exist. Equal rights and justice for all, we demand the package consist. We are no longer asking in silence. Our views will be heard, we insist. Plans and aims will be pursued. To reach the mark, we must persist. We matter whether you like it or not. We are here to make a stance. We stand in the face of hypocrisy, hate, bias, and ignorance. We are here to make it known. We are a people of equal importance. We've heard it said in the past, skin color should be of no significance. We matter. We matter and will give an account regarding our own existence. Don't contribute to injustice and be remembered for your silence. We're here to say we matter, with a plan to make a difference. Equality will take its rightful place when authorities heed their conscience. We matter. We matter in the NHS, right here in the UK. Our parents worked day and night, regardless come what may, was not welcomed in British churches, but found somewhere to pray. Enough is enough, it's time for change. It can't wait another day. We matter. We matter in the House of Parliament and every local constituency. Make room for genuine black leaders with a matter of urgency. Normal procedure must put aside whilst imposing some new policy to get the balance and levels right and move forward with consistency. We matter. We matter in the workplace. Yes, every male and female. If you fit the job description, your application must prevail. You know what you are good at and what the job entails. Utilize your dormant ability and don't be set up to fail. We matter. We matter in sports and universities, proven and more than capable. But to reach the same destinations, our efforts are seemingly double. To all movements against racism, don't let them burst your bubble. In the words of the late John Lewis, get yourself into some good trouble. We matter. We matter in the north and east. We matter in the south and west. To make it known in every city, we intend to do our best. We speak to all governing bodies. There will be no peace or rest. At the table of equality and justice, we intend to be your guest. We matter. We matter in all institutions who continue to lie and deceive with underlying racist behaviors which is difficult to conceive. We pray that God will intervene as we continue to believe. Though treated with such contempt, we've no intention to leave. We matter. We matter like the 4 lepers did, who soon came up with a plan. They decided on facing the famine or fall into the hands of the Syrian. They chilled and processed the idea and evaluated their decision. Then said, "Why sit we here until we die? Rise up," and the journey began. We matter. We matter like Jesus did. Through adversity, remain strong. Treated unfairly, beaten and slaughtered, although he did nothing wrong. The journey to freedom and justice, humanity and rights is long. It's time for the church to rise up and begin to sing a new song. We matter. In closing, I say we matter. To every color and creed, who believe with real sincerity the country has a genuine need to examine itself and its history, filled with hatred and greed. Let love and equality reign, justice and peace indeed. God bless you.
Yes, thank you for joining us today. Today's a historic day. It's a day that many of us dream of. And we're here in the United Kingdom. And despite opportunities that we hear are theirs, the issue is that it's not open to everyone. And at times when we heard of the sad death of George Floyd, we heard a lot of people say, Well, why are you only saying Black Lives Matter? The facts are, if you matter, then I matter. If your neighbor matters, then I matter. If mom and dad matters, then you matter, meaning we all matter. We matter is simply about equality, equality of opportunity, equality of aspiration, equality of education, equality of representation. Representation has been lacking for many, many years. We have mass disaffection right across the United Kingdom, not just here in Birmingham, but right across the country. Many of the issues that people face aren't isolated just to your local community. It's all over the place. And one of the things is what we've seen, the mass gap of disaffection has actually increased. So whilst some of us are there trying to build bridges, the actual gap of the river is widening faster than we can build the bridge at times, because simply this, it's far easier to remain, for the norm to remain in place than anything else, because everyone's in their comfort zones. Politicians don't want to see mass turnouts. They want to see low turnouts because they guarantee their seats. If I tell you right in our great city, Birmingham, there are councillors in the council house who have been elected on less than 1,000 votes. Councillors who have been elected on a 10 to 15% turnout. We heard our returning officers say the last police and crime commissioner was elected on a 30% turnout. What does that say? 70% of people sat at home. In that ward that had a 10% turnout, 90% of the people sat at home. Why is this? Could they not recognize, or could they not associate themselves with the person that was standing for election? Or is it the case that they have just lost the complete will to live? What that silent majority is absolutely crucial in terms of bringing about the change. And you have to be the face of the change that you want to see. You have your part to play. However, we must acknowledge that there are times when no one talks to you. There are times when people aren't visible. There are times over the years I've been asking, can you name your local councillor? Can you name your local MP? And many people don't know who their local councillor MP is. There are some councillors, MPs, by the way, who are very, very hard. But the facts are, at the end of the day, that disconnect is not going to help us in the quest for the equality that we seek. Following the death of George Floyd, everyone was taking one knee. We're approaching the 6-month anniversary of the death of George Floyd. But that caused mass outrage across the world. But over the past 6 months, what real tangible change have we seen? Here in the United Kingdom, we've still got the fallout from the Windrush scandal. We still have people dying awaiting status, yet not to mention awaiting compensation. COVID-19 has seen us go through the changes in our lifestyles. We saw dithering in firm decision-making processes that could have saved lives. Care homes left just unattended in terms of guidance, in terms of transparency of what was happening in them, for example. Many people have lost their loved ones, and we ask ourselves, why? On our streets, they are no longer safe because the thing is, knife crime, gun crime is happening no matter how we look at it. And then we just blame it on the young people. How about us taking responsibility as opposed to blaming anyone? Responsibility to lead us out of that tunnel of darkness, because that's what's needed right now. Firm and positive leadership that people can recognize. And that is what is missing. At We Matter, we intend to provide that leadership. Now, I was asked, why is it that you are saying that We Matter is a black-led party? Simply this. Many people believe that we can't organize. They believe that there is so many divisions in our community. We can't organize and lead. Well, we're proving those critics wrong.
we can organize, we can lead, but the difference with us, we know how to lead for everyone. Your vote is important, but with We Matter, we are not just here to represent our supporters. We are here to represent everyone collectively. I remember on my journey as an activist, I'm privileged to do some work with Maxie Hales. And Maxie Hales said this to me one day, touch one, touch all. And yes, it is a statement of defiance, but it's also a statement of unity, meaning if I hurt, you hurt. So we matter. It's as simple as that. It's a simple message. We matter. Meaning, if a baby matters, their brother, their sister matters, their mom, their dad matters, their grandparents, we all matter. And that's the important thing. We're the party of equality, social justice, and reform. We seek to represent all people irrespective of race, social class, age, gender, sexuality, ability, wealth. We Matter seeks to level the playing field in society in order to create greater opportunities by addressing the mass inequality that are faced by many communities. And the thing about it is, we have to admit there are inequalities. COVID-19 has highlighted those inequalities with a disproportionate impact upon Black and Asian people in terms of COVID-19. Also as well impacted are working class white people. They were impacted as well. Let's not forget about them. We Matter is the party of fairness, the party of equality, the party of transparency, the party of accountability, and importantly, the party of fair representation. And when I say the party of fair representation, I mean not because you vote for us, meaning that we will represent you. We will represent everyone, because once anyone from We Matter goes into office, they are there to represent everyone and not just the chosen few. And that is what has been creating the mass disaffection that we face. The party of purpose. You feel a part of the journey. You want that change, and we are the party of that change. We are the party of purpose. We're the party of truth. We're not the party of spin and euphoria. We are the party that wants to bring about the all-important changes. But to bring about changes, it's just like an alcoholic. Until you admit you're an alcoholic, change will never come. And we are the party of truth, the party of opportunity. We want you to join We Matter. And we want to nurture you to become candidates, to become the next councillors, to become the next MPs. Also as well, take places in civic life, become the next magistrate, join boards, and importantly, have your say in how your city, your country is managed, because we need to be at the decision-making tables. Of course, there's a place for protest, but you know what? It's not just protest that gets us there. We have to be around those decision-making tables. And let us not start ripping down those who are around those decision-making tables. If they're not doing the job, replace them. I hear many people say, I don't know who my local MP is. I don't know who my local councillor is. But at the next election, what happens? The same person gets re-elected because you sit at home. Now you've got real purpose to go out there, because there will be people that will be representing you. The party of healing. The party, we know that parts of our society, parts of our community are broken. We are the party that will bring communities together. We are the party that will be working with people who feel lost, those who are hungry, those who are suffering poverty, those who are suffering social isolation. We are the party that will bring healing. The party that will bring healing and canvas so that we can restore confidence in the NHS. The party that will hold authorities such as the police to account and ensure that that playing field of inequality is leveled. Get rid of the party that will get rid of the word disproportional. That is what We Matter is about. The party of leadership, the party that takes responsibility. There's no point playing the blame game. It sends everyone around in a spin. And before we know it, everybody is just confused. And that is one of the reasons why we have the mass disaffection. But We Matter is the party for everyone. It's your party as much as anyone else's. The We Matter party is a breath of fresh air. I'm sure you'd agree with me, particularly to the voiceless and the powerless, by ensuring that their voices are heard and to restore power where it naturally belongs. And power naturally belongs to the people. So as such, today, I just want to talk briefly about our 10-point plan. It's not a manifesto. It's a 10-point plan that we recognize that immediately we want you to know how serious we are. We are committed to the fact that everyone matters, irrespective of race, gender, sexuality, disability, ability, age, or wealth. That's crucial. We're here for everyone. We're not just here for the chosen few, and I've said that, and I need to reiterate that. Secondly, we intend to provide effective and fair representation for all members of society. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, Asian, Chinese, and it doesn't matter if you're a Labour voter. It doesn't matter if you're a Conservative. It doesn't matter if you're Lib Dem. We Matter are here to provide leadership and will represent you, because that's what we are here to do. We intend to level the playing field of inequality. Point 3, we want to level that because we know and we are fully aware that despite several reports talking about inequality, no action, tangible action, has ever been taken. Fourthly, we intend to create a healthier society, tackle the issues of health inequalities, tackle issues of the postcode lottery when it comes to child-infant mortality, create a better, greener society for each and every one, but not do it as spin, do it for real. And that's the thing. Tackling health inequalities in the for people of color, people of dark and brown skin, they suffer a lot of times from vitamin D deficiency. But no one wants to really talk about that. Why? Because it's too expensive? Have we not contributed enough into this society? 5, we are looking at a greener society, but not greener to cause discomfort. Greener, change various things, analyze what we can do better to create a far healthier, pollution-less society. And I say pollution-less because meaning reducing pollution. 6, we intend to tackle the injustices that many of societies face caused by discrimination. We've seen the fallout from the Windrush scandal. We've heard just yesterday the Equality and Human Rights Commission's report into the hostile environment and how that discriminated against black people. That's not the only discrimination that we face. That's one example, and that's one of the very recent examples. And all of you that took one knee following the death of George Floyd, then either you were doing it for show or you agree that discrimination exists and it impacts upon people in our communities. 7, we want a society that creates opportunity for all, not the chosen, for everybody. One of the reasons sometimes that some of our youngsters are lost is because we're not creating opportunities in a level playing field. Can you see now how we're joining the inequalities? We need to level that playing field. We need to create opportunities. Jesse Jackson once said to me that the reason black people, for example, are good at sport is this. If they're playing soccer, they kick the ball in the back of the net, it's a goal. If they're playing American football, they get the ball in the end zone, it's a touchdown. But as soon, because the rules apply to everyone. So athletics, the gun goes off, you run across the finishing line, you win. However, when others step in to the mix, they create that glass ceiling that limits opportunity. We want to get rid of that. 8. We intend to tackle educational underachievement whilst ensuring that all who are capable can excel, rather than limit it to just those who are capable. Everyone has a calling in life, each and every one of us. We may not be a brain surgeon, we may not be an accountant, we may not be an engineer, but each of us has a calling and an aspiration to achieve. We want to be that party that helps, particularly our young people, to become great achievers and tomorrow's leaders. 9. Tackle head-on the causes of mass disaffection that many of our communities face by creating that greater purpose for individuals to be involved in political and civil and financial government. We are the party that is going to bring about that all-important change because we are a party of purpose. And finally, something I've talked about for years, to create greater reflective governance throughout society by ensuring that glass ceilings are removed and that government, both local and national, and all authorities that look like the people that they are supposed to be representing. That's absolutely crucial. We always have excuses. Last night I was on another meeting where I was listening about why a police force, not West Midlands, was not reflective of the people that it served. And they said point blank that they don't know. Well, do you know what? We Matter knows. And that's what's important. Us at We Matter know. And we need to level that playing field. In summary, we're here for everyone. We're not here for the chosen few. But remember, you, the silent majority, who don't register to vote, who don't go out to elections even if you are registered to vote, you now have good reason not just to register to vote, but to use that all-important vote. If you believe that you matter, then let's join hands together and let us all say that we all matter. We will be doing monthly engagements virtually, and we want to know what you have to say. Go to our website, express your interest. Express your interest in becoming a volunteer. Express your interest in becoming a member. Express your interest in becoming a candidate. Express your interest if you're a member of the elderly in society. Express your interest if you're a member of the middle-aged in society. Express your interest if you're a young person, even if you're a child. Express your interest. Obviously, if you're a child with your parents' consent. Express your interest. We're here for every single person. Express your interest if you're black. Express your interest if you're Asian. Express your interest if you're Chinese. Express your interest if you're white. Because we are here for everyone. Express your interest if you're disabled. Express your interest if you're a member of the LGBT community. Express your interest. We are here for everyone, and we are not here for spin. We are not here for euphoria. We are here for you, because we matter. Thank you, and I look forward to working with you in the days and years to come. Thank you very much. Now we're at a time where we're going to open for any questions. If any questions have come in today, and if they haven't, not to worry, because we will be having seminars very, very soon. So can I go to Mac? I think, Mac, you've been monitoring the questions. Mac, what questions have we got?
Greetings. Greetings all. The questions we've got are from Mel Barn and Shazza X. First one I want to ask for you, Des, will the We Matter party be joining with the other party in London? I'm not sure what other party that is, but are we looking to join with other parties?
Right, thank you for that question. We are prepared to talk to anyone. That's what I will say on that. Our position is very clear. What we're doing is we are focusing on the 2022 local elections here in Birmingham. And however, If there are other people across the country that want to join hands across the country and work with us, we're quite happy to do that. And the facts are, at the end of the day, we are prepared to have dialogue with anyone.
Another question, which I can answer, that's come from Mel Barn. Who are the candidates? Maybe a premature question. And I can say that we have 2 candidates that we're speaking to at the moment, looking to cover the areas of Newtown, Birmingham and Erdington. But as Des has rightly said, we urge you to come forward, whether that be a volunteer, whether you would like to become a member, and more importantly, if you would like to be the face of your community and represent your community locally.
And Matt, can I add to that? The 2 people that we're looking at for candidates, one is male, one is female, and they're both under 30. How's that?
Excellent.
Anything else?
I'm going to ask I'm going to put forward this question. It's come from Shazarex. She says, Black people are behind enemy lines. How do you purport to dismantling a racist, unjust system? Is the aim of the We Matter Party to replace the current system?
Martin Luther King was able to walk the streets and also lead protests and also go into the White House and bring about change. What we have to do, first of all, is to get access. And you can give us access. And then once we've got the access, we can bring about the all-important change. That's all I'm going to say on that, because do you know what? We have to let our actions speak. Because we've gone past the time of all the marches, we've gone past the times of disturbances and uprisings. This is now for us to grab the bull by the horns. However, with We Matter, our focus is on representation of those people, of that silent majority, of which the Black community are members of that silent majority. And we'll get round tables and represent you and not necessarily be focusing and be controlled by the political establishment.
And we have a question here from Anton Peruga. 10-point plan is great. What support would you offer to open a party elsewhere?
Well, as I've said, Anton, we're quite happy to work with anyone and have dialogue with anyone. And we're going to be having these discussions when we do our monthly seminars on political engagement, because We Matter is, we see ourselves as building ourselves into a national party. And what we want to do is have local chapters. So if someone in Edinburgh wants a We Matter chapter there, we're quite happy to go there and join hands together. I only say Edinburgh, that's in Scotland, we can do Cardiff. We're prepared to go length and breadth of the United Kingdom if necessary, but we have to start somewhere. But we would not be leaving anyone on their own, because we do know that this mass political disaffection that we face is everywhere.
And that would seem that that's all the questions at this point in time. But back to you, Des.
Thank you very much, Mac. So today I just want to thank Mac. I want to thank Val Benjamin. I want to thank Dean. I want to thank Eric. I want to thank Brother Keith. Our We Matter poem will be available next week on our website with Brother Keith rendering it for us, and the words will be available there as well. I want to thank our General Secretary, Charlie Williams, today for hosting. And most of all, second to most of all, I want to thank Joe and his team here at BBZ Studios in Digbeth, Birmingham. This is a Black-Tone broadcast studio. And thank you very much, Joe, for hosting us today. And go to BBZ Studios, subscribe, go in our Facebook page as well, We Matter, and make sure that you follow all the updates. And importantly, register your interest on the We Matter website, which is www.wematterparty.org. And finally, a big thank you to you for joining us today on this very special and historic day. And I'll tell you what, my wife always says this, the best is yet to come. We Matter. God bless you, and thank you for joining us.
The power of visual storytelling is bigger, better, brighter, and bolder than ever. Some of the most compelling video isn't produced in Hollywood anymore. They're coming from the creative teams, businesses and communities of all backgrounds. They are being created by people just like you and me, looking to connect to a wider audience regardless of destination. Whether on a big screen, a church service, at live awards, venues, lectures, webinars, conferences, the list goes on. Your show will have the latest technology of the broadcasting world at its disposal. For example, chroma key, backdrop, on-screen graphics and lower thirds, high-spec cameras and audio and lighting equipment. Transforming your videos to remote networking, all you need is an idea and a creative spirit, and we will help with the rest. Taking you to new heights with your broadcast presentation. Join us on our journey to help you capture, create and deliver your program and content to the world. We are the BBZ. The power of IP video makes all things possible. Here at the BBZ Studios, we use live streaming to deliver to a global audience with an all-in-one studio setup, taking advantage of the latest technology, keeping you on the cutting edge. We are on the front line of constant innovation happening in the video industry. You no longer need to be an IT expert to have compelling video. At the BBZ Studios, we are broadcasting experts. We are the BBZ. For more information, visit our website at www.bbzstudios.com.